Rich and powerful people have quite a different attitude and approach to truth and lies and games compared to ordinary people. When rich and powerful people say something, really more than anything, it tells us something about what they want us to believe. And this also explains often why what people say is so odd to what they do. For example,
let me ask you a difficult question.
But I don't understand.
Let me ask you a difficult question.
Come on, pay nothing.
No,
they pay all sorts of taxes.
I've got a difficult question, which is there'll be a lot of people watching this agreeing, and obviously people disagreeing as well. But two questions: how much money have you made in your life, and how much have you given away?
I'll give you an excellent answer to that. If you want to know how much money I've made in my life, it is exactly there in my book, The Trading Game.
We'll go
buy it today, and you'll see it's exactly.
How much is it?
You've got to read the book.
Well, I'm not trying to read it right now.
You not read the book?
No.
Well,
my son said
stick around afterwards, and
my son's rave about it.
But listen, I made a lot of money, enough to quit my YouTube channel.
How much? Just give it to me straight. Enough, in the book, tell me.
Enough to quit, run a YouTube channel, and have a family. That's enough.
Well, 30 million, 50 million?
Listen, do you have a spreadsheet? Do you have a spreadsheet?
No.
I don't have a fucking spreadsheet. All I know is it's enough. I can go to Nando's.
You said you put it in the book, though, how much it is.
Yeah, but I didn't add it all up. You read the book and add it up.
Well, how much is it?
Roughly. I don't fucking know. Listen.
What, 10, 50, 100 million?
It's enough for me to live for the rest of my life.
I'm not trying to trap you.
No, it's the 10, 50, 100 million. It's enough. Enough for an ordinary person to live the rest of their life.
How much is that?
Family. The number I had in my head when I went into banking, was £2 million.
2 million?
And it was enough. For me, that's enough.
You've made more than 2 million. You were Citibank's top guy.
I don't add this stuff up. For me, it's enough. I've got enough money. I've got enough to do the work that I do.
Do you give a little bit away?
Ordinary people.
Do you redistribute your own wealth?
That is the money that funds my YouTube channel. Listen.
Well, tell me this now, right? When you sell a book, do you keep the money for the book?
If I give the money away, who does the fucking YouTube channel, Piers? Who pays you?
I'm not accusing you. I'm just asking you.
Listen,
do you give any money away?
Who pays you?
No, but
who pays you?
No, but Gary,
listen, you and I both know there's two ways to
run media. The reason I'm asking you is only because your position is that there should be more redistribution to poorer people from the rich, right? And you're a rich guy who's made millions, won't say exactly how many millions. I'll work it out when I read the book.
The viewers should also work out by reading the book.
Yeah, but you know, I don't think it's unfair. I don't think it's unfair to ask you.
Of course, I want people
to buy the book. I don't think it's unfair to ask you how much you've given away.
Listen, this is the money. Who's going to pay for my kids?
What percentage?
I quit my job to run a YouTube channel. That's the money that's going to send my kids to school, Piers. That's the money.
But that does sound quite selfish.
Look, I've told you before, I'm not Mahatma Gandhi. I never pretended to be a good person. I was the best trader in the fucking world, one of the biggest banks in the world, and I made that money by betting the American middle class would be destroyed.
I get it.
I ain't here to be Mahatma Gandhi. I ain't Nelson Mandela like you, boss. I'm here to tell the American public what's happening.
But do you think you practice what you're preaching?
What I preach is to raise taxes and reduce the growing inequality. That's what I preach. Listen, I ain't here telling people, I didn't tell you to give your money away. I didn't tell you to give your money away.
You want the power, but you are, because you want the power of the state, which has the guns, to say to Elon Musk and Peter Thiel and Mark Zuckerberg, we're going to take your money, we're just going to pick a number and decide how much to take. Do you give more than 1% of your money to charity?
I want the state
you can voluntarily
ordinary
do
people
it.
from the rich.
But do you do any of that yourself?
Listen, I'm not here to tell anybody to give their money away. I'm here to tell people how to protect their class.
101. I mean, this is what the left is.
Listen.
So, people continue to say how Gary is a bastion and champion of the poor working class people. But by doing what exactly? Distributing his wealth to the poor? As I just showcased, that is obviously not the case. No, I'll tell you exactly what it is that Gary is offering these people. Lip service. Nothing more, nothing less. I mean, just take a look at his Patreon page. This is literally his headline. It has the same energy as Darkside Phil's YouTube channel, because Phil is outright saying his Let's Plays are raw and real, unlike all of the other so-called fake ones, which just so happen to be far more popular and successful than him. Like, Gary Stevenson is the Darkside Phil who succeeded in life. But with that out of the way, just look at these Patreon promises he's making. None of them makes any promise of donating the money to those who need it. I mean, you already knew as much, but I digress. Now take a look at this sentence right here. Like, what does this even mean? Are you saying if enough donators claim Gary is full of crap, he'll change his opinion at the snap of a finger? Whereas many Patreon pages, that of artists and creators even, have $1 being the lowest donation tier, Gary has $5. And on that note, where does he get off having a donation tier at 130? Didn't Gary say he already had plenty enough? And again, what do we even get in return? More empty lip service. I cannot believe arguments can be made for Darkside Phil's Patreon tiers being more rewarding. Huh. Maybe Gary's demographic isn't so poor after all. That's good, I suppose. At any rate, I honestly think Gary is testing his audience. I think he is intentionally testing people to spot his dishonest hypocrisy, not to mention the empty words. And the people who fail the test have no standards. They are far too easy to impress, which is why they indeed deserve to be scammed of everything which they own. But hey, that's just my opinion. On the other hand, I also believe there are people who would rather die before admitting they were wrong. Which is just another way of saying you can't help people who don't want help.
When these rich and powerful people speak, we should always be asking ourselves, fundamentally, at the very heart, what do these people want? And in the vast majority of cases, what rich and powerful people want is more wealth, more power, not just for them, but also for their kids.
Like, at this point, I honestly believe Gary could be the richest person in the world, and the useful idiots will still eat up his words the moment he says tax the rich.